In this video, we're going to go to Rosyth School 2024 Preliminary Examination Mathematics Primary 6 Paper 1. So let's get started on the first question. Which of the following is 402,031? So this is 402,000 and then plus 31. Okay, so in this case, make sure to always read this whole full statement over here and 31. Okay, so that means 402. So I'll do the workings over here. 402,000, 1, 1, 2, 3, and then plus 31. Okay, in this case over here. Okay, so from this, that's 402,000. Yes, correct. And then if I were to just draw a little box to just make it a bit easier to see where to put the different numbers, then we can put here as 31, and then the rest will be 4020. That's what you see over here. So the answer is this 402031, which is option number 2. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 2. Which of the following is the same as 9,070 meters? So 1 meter, this is kilometers, right? 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Okay, so 1,000 kilometers is equal to 100 meters. 1,000 meters, sorry. So in this case, 1,000 meters is equal to 1,000 divided by 1,000 to get 1 kilometers. So 9,000 meters is equal to 9,000 divided by 1,000 is equal to 9 kilometers. So that means you are left with minus 9,000. This is equal to 70 meters. So the answer to this is 9 kilometers and 70 meters. Okay, let's move on to question number 3. The opening hours of a shop are shown below. Right, open to 10:15 to 5 p.m. How long is the shop open each day? So 10:15 a.m. to 11 a.m. Right, is equal to 45 minutes. Right, 45 minutes. Then 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. is equal to 1 hour. 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. is equal to 5 hours. So total is equal to 5 hours plus 1 hour plus 45 minutes is equal to 6 hours 45 minutes. So the answer is option number 2. Okay, let's move on to question number 3. I was supposed to say move on to question number 4. Okay, so question number 4 says a tank was filled with 50 liters of water at 8 a.m. or 0800. The water flowed from 0800 to 1200. The graph shows the amount of water in the tank from 0800 to 1200. Which one period was the decrease in the water greatest? If you see a steep one is 080 to 090 lah, option number 1. Okay, so when you want to tip to see which is the greatest decrease, see how steep the line is. Okay, in this case over here, right, there you go. So 0800 to 0900. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, let's move on to question number 5. So the table below shows the number of participants in an art class on Saturday and Sunday. What is the percentage increase in the number of participants from Saturday to Sunday? Okay, so from Saturday participants, number of total participants are. So for this, you have Saturday, which is equal to 16 plus 24, which is equal to 40. Then Sunday is equal to 20 plus 24, which is equal to 44. So increase is equal to 44 minus 40 equal to 4. So percentage increase is equal to 4 out of 40 times 100%, which is basically 1 out of 10 times 100%. Okay, this will be 10%. There you go. So the answer is option number 1. Okay, let's move on to question number 6. What is the value of 31W out of 10 minus W plus 3 when W is 2? So it's 31, sorry, 31 times 2 out of 10, right? And then we have minus 2, oops, minus 2 plus 3. So this one is next level of order of operations, right? So order of operations. So left to right. Okay, so first is brackets, then next is multiply or divide, and then last is add or subtract. Okay, so in this case over here, right, it is actually the same. Oops, the same as, okay, so 31. Let me just put equal here. So this is actually the same as bracket 31 times 2, and then we divide it by 10 minus 2 plus 3. Okay, so this is the same as what you see over here. So first we go for the brackets, right? So in this case, this is 31 times 2. So then this will be 62. 31 is 62, divided by 10 minus 2 plus 3. So the next one is 62 divided by 3. Okay, and that will be 6.2 minus 2 plus 3. So this will be 4.2 plus 3 will be 7.2. So the answer is option number 3. Okay, in this case over here. Right. Okay, so that's it. Let's move on to the next question, question number 7. Okay, so the figure is made out of squares. What's the least number of squares to be shaded so the figure has one vertical line of symmetry? So in this case, we can, okay, that why is there two lines, but let's do, since it's a square, right, we can do two lines. So one line, okay, if we make it in the middle, right, like this dotted line over here, then in this case we will just do the square, right? So we have one, you have one over here. Let me make this, okay, then we have one over here, then we have another one over here. Okay, so for line across, this will be 3. Okay, okay, line in the middle. Let's do the line in the middle, right? Okay, if it's line in the middle over here, because we always want to double confirm. So for this, let's say line across line, okay, line in the middle, vertically takes 3. Okay, line middle diagonally, okay, will take how many, right? So let's count. So let's remove the red again. Okay, then this time let's put this here, make it blue. Okay, so let's do a cross. Okay, so here this is 1, then this here must be uh, added as well, so 1 over here, and then the other one is over here as well. Okay, so we need to have one more over here, right? So that means this is over here, and lastly is here. Okay, so this will take 4. So the least amount, okay, is so 3 lah. The answer is 3 over here. Alrighty, there we go. So option number 3. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 8. Okay, so in the figure below, PQR is a straight line. AP is equal to AQ is equal to QR. Okay, so AP is equal to AQ is equal to QR. Okay, so APQ is 70 degrees. Find RAQ. So RAQ is this one, right? Okay, so we know that this is 70 degrees. Okay, 70 degrees, right? And then the other side, what is RQA? Okay, so angle RQA is equal to 180 minus 70, and this is equal to 110 degrees. Okay, so since AQ is equal to QR, that means AQR is an isosceles triangle. So let me just write down. Um, use, okay lah, I'll use black again lah. So this is 110 degrees. Okay, then we can just get AQR by just dividing by 2, right? RAQ, sorry. So angle RAQ is equal to 180 minus 110 minus A, and divide this by 2. Okay, and this will be 70 divided by 2, 25 degrees. Okay, so the answer is option number 1. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 9. Says here ABC are 3 points on the grid. Point B is south of point A. Okay, so let's have here, okay, you know what? Okay, north, south, and then east. Wait, why is it like that? East, and then there's west. Right? Okay, north, south, east, west. Okay, point B is south of point A. ABC is 2 to 5 degrees. In what direction is point C from point B? Okay, so point C from point B, so that means it's this way, right? This way over here. So that means it's southwest. So option number 4. Okay, this case over here. All right, let's move on to question number 10. He says here, Miss Lim traveled 3.2 kilometers in a taxi from home to mall. Her taxi fare was based on the charges below. For the citizen, this, how much was her taxi fare? So first km is equal to $4.80. Remaining distance is equal to 3.2 minus 1, which is equal to 2.2 kilometers. So number of additional 400 meters or less is equal to 2.2. Okay, so 2.2, let me just put into meters as well. Equal to 2200 meters. Okay, 2200. Okay, so 2200, we divide it by 400, which is basically 5, which is equal to 5, remainder 2. Okay, which we will round up, okay, to 6. So we have to round up to 6. So that means remaining fare is equal to 6 times 0.20. This will be dollars 1.2. Then total is equal to 4.8 plus 1.2. This will give you dollars 6. All right, there you go. So it's option number 3 as well. Let's move on to the next question. Question 11. Sam spent $42 of his money on a gift, 2/5 of the remaining money on a book. And in the end, he had 1/4 of his money left. How much did Sam have at first? All right. So he spent $45 on his gift, and the remaining, since denominate, let's have um let's have 20 units as total money. Okay, so this is a, what you call that, a remainder concept. Okay, so let's have 20 units as his money in this case over here. So his, okay, money, and then after that we will have dollars 42 on the gift, and then lastly we have 20 units minus 42 as remaining. Okay, so our arrow sign would then just make it like this, right, to 42, and this to 20 units. That's why I say over here. Okay, then the remaining itself, 2/5 is on the book, right? Then what's left of remaining is equal to 3, 1 minus 2 out of 5, which is 3 out of 5. Okay, so in this case over here, this is 3 out of 5 remaining left. Okay, so for this, we know that 3 out of 5 remaining is equal to 1/4, right? So 3 out of 5 remaining is equal to 1/4 of his total money, right? So with that, let's write this down. Actually, no need the total money as 20 units lah, right? So we just put it as remaining, okay? Remaining as is. So I see over here, and then yeah, because it's much easier that way. Okay, my bad. But yeah, so 3/5 is equal to 1. So this is, let's do equal concept, equal fraction concept. So that means in this case, 3 out of 5 remaining equal to 3 out of 12 total money. So first step is to make step 1, make numerators the same. Okay, so that's step 1. Okay, step 1 is make the numerators the same. Then step 2, convert denominators to total to units. Okay, so that means, oops, that means the remaining over here, right, is 5. Okay, so I'm just gonna put here remaining is equal to 5 units, and then total money is equal to 12 units. All right, so with that said, I think it's easy to solve this. How much money did he have at first? So let me just move this here, move this here, okay, and then I'll move this over here. Okay, so we know the remaining is 5 units, so that means book is equal to, wait, oh yeah, sorry, gift, not book. Gift is equal to 12 minus 5, which is 7 units, and that means 7 units is equal to 42. So 12 units is equal to 42 divided by 7 times 12. So 42 divided by 7 is 6 times 12, which is dollars 72. Okay, there you go. So that's the answer to this, $72. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 12. Alright, so question number 12. Li Min, Ming, and Raju each had some money at first. Li Min gave Ming $2.50. Ming then gave Raju $1.80. Raju then spent $3 on a pen. In the end, they each had $5. What was the difference between the amount of Li Min and Raju have at first? So this is just working backwards, right? Working backwards. Right, so we know that each have, in the end, each have $5. Okay, so that means at first, whoops, right? So Raju, before spending, before buying pen, it's equal to 5 plus $3.08. Okay, so that's first part. Second part, Ming then gave Raju $1.80. So Ming gave, so that means before Ming gave Raju dollars 1.80, so that means $8 minus 1.80, and this will be dollars 6.20, right? So he had 6.20 before Ming gave, and then Li Min gave Ming $2.50. So that means before gave Raju, so Raju then is this, okay, and then Ming, who had $5, 5, and then plus 1.8. Okay, then this is dollars 6.80. Okay, 6.80. Okay, then let me just put this somewhere else. Opening the pen. Okay, so Right. Okay, before Ming gave Raju 180, so Raju didn't have that. Okay, and then next one, Li Min gave Ming 250. So same thing. Before Li Min gave Ming $250, 2.50. So that means Li Min has 5 plus 2.5, which is $7.5. And then Ming is equal to 5. So before Li Min gave 5, no, 6.8. Li Min and Raju. So we don't need Ming lah, right? Ming, Ming then gave Raju this. Okay, so with that said, difference with Li Min and Raju, which is basically 7.50. Okay, minus 6.2. This will give us dollars 1.30. Okay, so the answer is option number 3. Okay, for question number 12. Okay, let's move on to the next question. All right, question 13. ABCD is a trapezium with AB parallel to DC. ADC is equal to 100. So trapezium AB is parallel to DC, right? This case over here. So ADC is 100 degrees. AEC is 91 degrees. 52 degrees is ABE. Find D, A, and E. So this one over here. Okay, let me just make this red. Okay, so in this case over here, how do you find ADE? So what we can do is we need to get this green color angle. In order for us to get this green color angle, we need to get this purple angle. And then once we get purple, we can get green. And then we need to get the total, which is basically this whole thing, this whole blue angle. So blue angle minus green angle equal to red angle in this case over here. Right, so let's get the blue angle first, which is angle DAB or DAB. Okay, which is equal to 180 minus 100. This is 80 degrees. And then we can get the next one, which is angle AEB. So angle AEB is equal to 100 minus, 180 minus 91 is equal to 99 degrees. Degrees over here. Okay, so now we know that DAB is 80 degrees and this AEB is 99, right? Okay, so we can get the green color angle, which is angle EAB, which is equal to 180 minus 99 minus 52, which is basically 91 minus 52. Okay, so this will then become 91 minus 32 is 37, 30, 40, 37, correct. 37, no, 39 degrees. Yes. Okay, so EAB is equal to 39 degrees in this thing over here. So this green color is 39. So now we can find the angle DAE. So angle DAE, 91, 52 is basically 50, 41. Yeah, DAE is equal to 80 minus 39. This will give us 41 degrees. Okay, so that means the option number 2 over here. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 14. Right, so Mary glued some identical square papers in a straight line to form a length of 5.98 meters as shown below. She glued the papers by overlapping one paper on the other paper. Each paper part was 3 centimeter long. What's the number of squares papers she used? Okay, so let me get this. 5.98 meters equal to 598 centimeters. Okay, so we know we overlap this, right? So right, okay. So starting over here, this start is 7. This one is 7, right? Okay, this whole thing is 10. You know, this whole thing is 10 centimeters, right? And then we also know that it's overlapped with another. So this start, this end. So this is also another 10 centimeters. Okay, with trees. So 10 centimeters. Okay, so if I were to highlight this in red, this whole thing is 10 centimeters. And then this whole thing, is overlapped. So this one, right, they overlap it on top of one another like this. Okay, so yeah, 10 centimeters. So that means this is 7 centimeters, right? This whole thing. So that means it's, yeah, makes sense. 7 centimeters. Let's make this blue. Then the other one is 7 centimeters as well. Let's make this green. Right, so the start will start at 10, right? And then after that, the end should also end at 10, right? So this one is also at 10. Okay, oops, I want this red one, red color box. Right, so this will end at 10 because let me see, no, the end ends at 7 as well. Okay, so that means this would then be here. Yeah, correct. So this will also be 7 centimeters. Okay, so it ends at 7. It just starts at 10. Yes. Yep. Correct. So this one should be black. So this should be like this. Okay, so so I think I have an idea of this. So what's the number of square papers she used? Right. So one square paper is just one overlap, 7, right? So in this case, what we can do is we can just minus 3 and divide by 7. Okay, so let us see. So total square paper is equal to 598 is 3 divided by 7. Okay, by 7, right? So that means this is equal to 595 divided by 7. Okay, so let's do this calculation. Let's see if we are correct. Okay, so 595 divided by 7. Okay, so let's have 7. This will be 56. Okay, minus minus this is 8. 7 times 6 is 56. So minus 56. So this will then become 35. So we can minus 35. Okay, so this will be 85. Okay, so in this case over here, the answer should be 85. 85. There you go. So the answer to this is 85. Option number 4. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 15. Right, so Bala used some wire to form the figure shown below. In the figure, ABCD is a rectangle, and the 4 identical triangles are equilateral triangles. The area of ABCD is 162. Right, so what is the parameter of the figure? Okay, so 162, basically we know that this is, oops, let me get to arrow. So this is in a way 1 unit, and then this is 2 units, sorry, this is 1 unit as well. Whoa, why is it not 1 unit? And then this is also 1 unit. That's what we see over here. Okay, So basically, it's the 162 centimeters is equal to 2 units times 1 unit. Okay, so what number gives us that? Um, Not really sure. Need to do guess and check, I guess. So in a way, if we divide 162 divided by 162 divided by 2, it's equal to 2 units. So 1 unit is it same thing as this? So we have to do the listing method lah. Okay, listing method. So in this case, what is so like for example 4 times 2 plus 4, and this will give like 8 plus 4 is equal to 12. Okay, something like this lah, right? So if we were to put this is 144. Okay, so what about 6? 6 times 2. No, it's times, sorry, times. So 4 times 2 times 4. Okay, so if 1 unit is equal to 4, that means this lah, right? 4 times 2 times 4. So 8 times 4 is 32. Okay, we close. Okay, let's do, if 1 unit is 6. So 6 times 2 times 6 is equal to 36. 12 times 6 equal to 72. All right. So let's do 8. So if 1 unit is 8, 8 times 2 times 8. Okay, and this will then be 16 times 8, which is basically 10 times 10 times 8 plus 6 times 8. Lazy calculate, right? Okay, and this will then become 80. Wait, 80 plus 48, which is equal to 128. Well, okay, we're getting very close. What about 9? Let me see if 9 works. So if 1 unit is 9, so that means 9 times 2 times 9, which is basically 18 times 9. Okay, so 18 times 9 is the same thing as 10 times 9 plus 8 times 9. This will give us 90 plus 8 times 9 is 72, and this is 162. Whoops. Okay, we got our answer 162. So that means 1 unit is equal to 9. Okay, so from there we need to calculate, right? So this thing over here, let me grab a triangle. So this thing over here, doesn't matter where this is the same as if this thing is here, right? It's the same as this thing over here. Okay, so this is the same. All right, so now we can just count the number of sides of triangles. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 sides, and then we can just add one more of this. Okay, so 10. So total parameter is equal to 9 times 10, right? So let's count, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, or is it 99? Sorry. And this is 5. Okay, and then we have 6, 7. Okay, and then we have 8, we have 9. Okay, and we have 10. Okay, we have 10. Correct. So 9 times 10, which is 90 centimeters. So it's option number 2. Okay, there you go. All right. Sally, yeah, we have to do the listing method lah to get this. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question 16. All right, so it says here in the line below, P represents 1/8 and R represents half. PQ is equal to QR. What fraction is represented by Q? So we can make this half into the 8 over here. So we can times 4. Okay, and then we also can times 4. We just make it a bit bigger at the top. So this will then become equal to 4 out of 8. Okay. Right, so 4 out of 8. So 1 and 2. So 2 gaps. Wow, this one is equal. Lah. So still cannot. We need to times 2 for both again. Okay, right. Times 2 again for 8. And then times 2 for this. Not 4, times 2. Okay, and this will then equal to 2 times 2 is 2. And then this will be 16. Okay, so 4 times 8. Okay, times 2 again. Right, in this case, let me just put it here. So this equal sign. This will then become 8 over 16. Okay, so the middle one is, so Q is equal to 8 plus 2 out of 16. In this case over here. Okay, and that is equal to, oh, we need to divide. Forgot about this. So let me just squeeze this in. Plus 2 plus, and then we divide by 2. Okay, wow. That's a long calculation. Make this middle. Okay. So from there, you can see that this will equal to 10 divided by 2. And this will be 5 out of 16. Sadly, that's the answer. So 5 over 16. There you go. So that's the answer. 5 over 16. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, question number 17. The total mass of 9 durians is 6.2 kilograms. Right, what is the average mass of the durians? Oops. So for this, you can get the average. Right, so average is equal to 16.2 divided by 9. Okay, so let's do our workings. So 16.2. Okay, so for this one, we can minus 9. And this will give us 1 times 9 is 9. So 16 minus 9 is 7. And then 0.2. So we can minus 7.2. Okay, so what gives 7.2 is zero point 0.8. Okay, there you go. So the answer is 1.8 kg. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question 18. Right, so the volume of the cube is 64 centimeter cube. Find the length of the cube. So 64, this from what I know, is basically 4 times 4 times 4. Therefore, length is 4 centimeters. Okay, there you go. So if you remember cubes, which I kind of highly recommend, you'll get 4 centimeters. Okay, let's move on to next one. Question 19. Okay, so question 19 says the pie chart below shows the number of pupils who choose their favorite sport in a survey. Half of the pupils chose badminton and swimming. Oh, okay, combined. Right. Okay, how many pupils chose badminton? Okay, so we know that the floorball and jogging. So soccer is 1/4. Okay, so 1/4 is equal to is 15 plus 10, which is 25. Okay, so that means if you go to 2 out of 4 or half, which is equal to 25 times 2, which is 50. So we know half is 50, then that means swimming is equal to 50 minus, no, badminton, sorry, not swimming. Badminton is equal to 50, so yeah, badminton 50 minus 18, this will give us 32. Okay, there you go. That's the answer. 32. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question 20. In the figure below, AD is a straight line. AG, where's AG? Okay, AG is parallel to CF. This one is parallel to CF. Okay, so, and then CD is parallel to FE. CD is parallel to FE. All right. Okay, so now FABG is 52 degrees and AB is equal to GB. In this case over here. Oops, this one. All right. Find D, C, and F. Okay. So D, C, and F, if I were to draw a straight line like this, right? Technically, this is a parallelogram. Okay, so since E by G can be any point, so can't be really parallel, right? So, but we know that, yeah, this is parallel. We can get this. Ignore my GF thing, but basically, if we can get this green angle, right, then wait, what we can do is what I was thinking. Yeah, sorry. We can get this green angle. That means we can get this red angle over here, because this two is parallel. So angles on the adjacent side of our parallel lines will be 180, and then after that we can get this angle as well. All right. So find DCF, and this is a straight line. So let's get GAB. So angle GAB, right? So, but first we also can say, since AB is equal to GB, that means GB is a isosceles triangle. Okay, so GB is equal to 180 minus 52, and then we divided by 2. Okay, 180 minus 52 is equal to 128 divided by 2. Okay, I forgot the divide by 2 part. Okay, and this will give us 64. Right, so GB itself here is 64 degrees. Right, like this. Okay. All right, so now the next part is we want to find angle what is this, C ACF. Angle ACF is equal to 180 minus 64, and this will become 116 degrees. Okay, which is here 116 degrees. Okay, over here. So since this is a straight line, then we can get angle DCF, which is equal to 180 minus 116, so equal to 64 degrees. Okay, there you go. So the answer is 64 degrees in this case over here. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question 21. So Alice saves $2 every day. Her mother gives $1 for every 10 days she saves. What is the total amount of money she will have after 43 days? Okay, so total after 10 days is equal to 2 times 10 plus 1 equal to 2 times 10 $21. 2 times 10 is $21. Okay, so number of 10 days is equal to 21. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Number of 10 days, yeah, correct. It's equal to 43 and then divided by 10, which is equal to 4. Remainder, okay, 3. So total is equal to 4 times 21 plus 3 times 2, which is equal to $84 plus 6 is equal to $90. There you go. So that's the answer for question 31, $91. They have the dollar sign. Great. Let's move on to the next question. All right, so question 22. The solid below is made up of seven cubes. One, two, three, four, five, six, and then at the bottom, seven. Draw the top view of the solid in the grid below. Right, the top view, it will look, so you will have, I would say, you have one, right, then two, and then three, and then four, and then five, and then six. This case, so it's just one, two, three, five, six, and four. So let's draw it out. Okay, so it will look something like this, lah, right? One, right, two, and then this will then be this. Okay, three and four, something like this. Okay, right, there we go. Let's move on to part B. Tyler painted the whole solid including the base. Then he took it apart into seven cubes. What is the total number of faces that are painted? All right, so for this, we'll just count individually. So this will be five because one is only attached. Then we also have another five, which is here. This one will be four, one, two, three, and then the bottom four. Okay, four. All right, so for the top one, it's also five because only the bottom is attached. So this one will be one, two, and three. Okay, three over here, and then one, two, and three, three over there, and the bottom one will be one, two, and three. Yep. Hey, one, yeah, three as well. So I'll just put the three somewhere here. Whoops. Okay, so three over here as well. Okay, so we can combine this, right? So 5 plus. Okay, so basically we add them 5 plus 5 plus 5. So 5, 5, and 5. And then 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and then 4. So 15 plus 9 plus 4 is 24 plus 4 is 28. So the answer is 28 for part B over here. Okay, so here you go, 28. All right, let's move to the next question. Question 23. Judy and her brother had some stickers. After Judy gave him 30 stickers, she had 14 stickers more than him. How many more stickers did Judy have than her brother at first? Alright, so we look something like this, right? So Judy gave 30 to her brother, like this, and then now Judy only has 14. So at first, how many? So you might be thinking, oh, it's only 14 plus 30. No, so the answer is actually more than that. If I draw the line over here, you could see that this is also 30, right? Okay, so at first, she has a total. So um, more stickers is equal to 30 plus, wait, oops, 30 plus 14 plus 30. This will then become 74. Okay, so make sure you understand why, or double check as well, right? So that is how it should look like. All right, let's move on to question 24. So it says here a group of students took part in the math competition. 3/8 of the boys and 1/6 of the girls went on to the final round of the competition. There were 60 students who went on the final round, and three-quarter of them were boys. What was the total number of students who took part in the competition? Right, so we know that there were 60 students who went to the final round, and three-quarter of them were boys. Okay, so final boys is equal to 3 out of 4. Uh, Final boys, yeah, times 60, which is basically 60 divided by 4 times 3. 60 by 4 is 15 times 3 is equal to 45. So final boys is 45, final girls is equal to 60. Okay, and then we can just minus 45. Minus 45, and this will give us 15, right? So we know the final boys and final girls. We also know that what these are 3/8 of the boys and 1/6 of the girls went to the final round. So that means if 3 over 8 is equal to 3/8 total boys is equal to 45. Then who was in the total? So 8 of 8 total boys is equal to 45 divided by 3 times 8. which is equal to 15 times 8, which is equal to 90. Right, then girls, 1/6 of the girls went to the final round, so total girls is equal to 15. That means 6 out of 6 total girls is equal to 15, right? Times 6. This will give us 90 as well. Wow, they're both the same. Really? Okay, so total is equal to 90 plus. Let me double check first. 45, 23. Sorry, so 15 times 8 is 120, not 90. My bad. Okay, so then total is equal to 120 plus 90, and this is equal to 210. Okay, there we go. That's the answer. 210. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question 25. All right, so rectangle PQRS is made out of a rectangle and two squares, A and B. Find the parameter of rectangle PQRS in terms of y. So we have y over here, right, as this. So if you were to zoom it in, y is this, right? So y is y. If y is y, y is y. Okay, let me put y here. Okay, so if y is this is also y, right? In this case over here, 12y. In this case over here, then we know that 12y is also this, right? So 12 plus y is this. That means this is also 12 plus y. Here you go, right? And this is y as well. Here you go. Alrighty. Okay, so find the parameter. Okay, so we just combine everything else like what you see over here. Okay, so if I were to write this down, okay, side square a is equal to 12 plus y. Okay, so length of rectangle is equal to 12 plus y, and then breadth of rectangle is equal to 12 plus y, which is equal to 12 plus 2y. Okay, then parameter of rectangle, okay, is equal to 12 plus y, 2 times 12 plus y brackets, okay, plus, then let's do this, 2 times 2y, okay, 12 plus 2y. So 12 plus y, okay, looks good. And this will be equal to 24 plus 2y plus 24 plus 4y, which is equal to 48 plus 6y. Okay, there you go. So the answer is 48 plus 6y centimeters. Okay, next one. Question 26. All right, so Aline and Baxter started jogging from the same place in opposite directions along a straight path. They jogged for 45 minutes. At the end of the jog, they were 15 kilometers apart. Aline's average speed was 8 kilometers. What was Baxter's average speed? So what we can do is we can get Aline's distance first, okay? Because we know at the end they were 15 km apart. So let's do that. So Aline's distance is equal to 8 km per hour times bracket 45 out of 60 hours. Okay, I'm just gonna 45 minutes equal to 45 out of 60, which is equal to, if divided by 15 each, 3/4 of an hour. So this will be 3/4 hour. 3/4 hour, which is basically 8 divided by 4 times 3, which is equal to 6 kilometers. So Allen distance is 6 kilometers. And then we want to know what's Baxter's average, right? So let's 1u be Baxter average speed. So that means Baxter distance is equal to 1u, and then times 3 out of 4, which is equal to just 3 out of 4 units, okay, or kilometers, right? So can I put this as 4 units as well, so it's easier? I'm a bit lazy, right? 4 units, this will be 3 units. Okay, so we want to get 4 units, right? Okay, so we know that whoever, right, 3 units minus 6 km is equal to 15 km, right? So in this case, then 1 unit, sorry, 3 units equal to 15 plus 6, which is equal to 21. So 1 unit is equal to 21 divided by 3 equal to, wait, let me double check. Okay, either way, give me a second. Basically, um, they were 15 km apart. So it's not this, but instead 15 km minus 6 is equal to 9 km, right? So that means 3 units is equal to 9 km because they are distance apart. So 1 unit is equal to 9 divided by 3 is equal to 12 km, right? Yes, right. Okay. Then 4 units, sorry, wait, 1 unit, 9 divided by 3 is 3. Then 4 units is equal to 3 times 4, which is equal to 12 km per hour. Yay, there we go. So that's the answer, right? So right, 12 km per hour. So Baxter distance, yes. Right, next question is 27. So the bar graph below shows the number of cups of milk, juice, coffee, and tea sold at a shop on a Friday. Milk, juice, coffee, and tea. The pie charts represent the information in the bar graph. Label the correct type of drinks sold for each part. That's what I see over here. So we know that juice and tea is the same, right? So juice and tea is the same. So we're gonna write here juice and tea, right? And then the biggest one is coffee. So coffee is the largest. So we will put coffee as this one. Okay, and then the smallest is milk. There you go. All right, so now part B, 84 cups of milk were sold. Find the number of cups drink sold on the Friday. So milk over here is like another one. Okay, like this. So milk is this. So milk is over here 3 units. Okay, so so milk is equal to 3 units. So 3 units is equal to 84. All right, find the total number of cups that's sold on Friday. So let's calculate the number of units. Okay, so 3 units is, this is 4 units. Oops. Oh wow. Okay, great. 4 units. Okay, so same with tea, and coffee is 5 units. 5 units. So 3 units is how many? 84, right? So 3 units is equal to 84. Okay, 1 unit is equal to I think it's 18 or 28. Right? Let me just double confirm. So 5 by 84. So let me just draw a line here. So we minus 6 for 3. Okay, you know that. And then this will then become 24. 24 minus 24. This will give us 8. So the answer is 28. So 84 divided by 3, right, by 3 is equal to 28. All right, so now we have the one total units. Total units is equal to 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 5. So 8 plus 8, this will give us 16 units, right? So if you want to get 16 times 28, so total, so 16, 4, 7, 9, 60. Okay, 16 units is equal to 28 times